Hello subscribers! Spider-Man is a legendary superhero from Marvel Comics. His real name is Peter Parker and he grew up in Forest Hills, Queens with his Aunt May and Uncle Ben. His story has been brought to live action 3 times. First, there was the Spider-Man movie from 2002, directed by Sam Raimi and starring Tobey Maguire. That movie was followed by 2 sequels. Then in 2012, the story was rebooted with The Amazing Spiderman, starring Andrew Garfield and Emma Stone. That movie was followed by 1 sequel. Then in 2016, there was the movie Captain America Civil War, which introduced yet another rebooted version of the character played by actor Tom Holland. The following year, 2017, a spin-off feature-length film was released called SpiderMan Homecoming, which focused on Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man as the main character. And Tom Holland's version of Spider-Man was also included in the new movie Avengers Infinity War, which was just released a few weeks ago. I guess before finishing this list of live-action Spider-Man, I should at least acknowledge that back in 1977, there was a live-action TV show about Spider-Man. It lasted 13 episodes and was not very popular. It's hardly remembered. Although it was set in New York, it was filmed almost entirely in Los Angeles. Anyway, going back to what I said earlier, the character of Peter Parker grew up in the neighborhood of Forest Hills, Queens, with his Aunt May and Uncle Ben. So today, I thought I'd show you the filming locations for the exterior houses of each of the 3 live-action versions, and perhaps give you a few tips for going to visit yourself. The house used for the first movie from 2002 really is in the neighborhood of Forest Hills, Queens. To be more specific, its address is 8839 69th Road, New York, New York, which is right off Metropolitan Avenue. Even though it's in the borough of Queens and not Manhattan, that address with New York, New York is what worked for my GPS. If you do make the trip to visit, then when you go down Metropolitan Avenue, you can look for this McDonald's to know when it's time to turn down 69th Road. As you see, there's Peter Parker's house, and directly next door is Mary Jane's house. Sure, it's okay to look at the house from the street and take pictures, but you shouldn't step on the porch and certainly not ring the bell and disturb the residents. Nor should you walk down the driveway to the backyard where Peter and Mary Jane had their conversations. I think it's a lot of fun to find movie locations, but at the same time, I feel it's important to be respectful to those who live there. As I was there taking photos, I tried to talk to a few residents who were walking down the street to ask if they had any interesting stories of when Spider-Man was filmed there, but most of them spoke English as a second language and had a difficult time communicating with me. Then I saw the residents of the actual house walk in. They told me it was fine to take pictures of the house, but asked that I please not take pictures of them themselves, and then they walked straight in. Of course I respected their wishes. I got the impression that house really consists of 1 apartment on the first floor and a second on the top, but I can't confirm. As I walked just around the corner, I found this awesome comic store in Metropolitan Avenue called Royal Collectibles. Nice art on the outside wall, and an even better collection of stuff on the inside. I spoke to the staff there who were friendly and passionate about comics, but they didn't even know the house from Spider-Man was filmed around the corner. I could not believe it. But still, if you want to go visit the house, I highly recommend you stop in Royal Collectibles. It's a fun place. Now let's talk about the house that we used for the 2012 movie, The Amazing Spiderman. That was not really filmed in the neighborhood of Forest Hills, nor was it even filmed in the borough of Queens. It was actually filmed in the borough of Brooklyn, around the section of Park Slope. The GPS address is 36 Fuller Place, Brooklyn, New York. I found it to be a really nice block to see. I spoke to some residents who told me there was also a movie called Angie starring Gina Davis, which is out of the opening scene filmed on that block as well. And as always, if you go there, then it's fine to take pictures from the street, but you should not ring the bell and disturb the residents, or even step on the porch. And last, let's talk about the apartment building Peter lived in with Aunt May in 2017's Spider-Man Homecoming. This really was in the borough of Queens, but not the neighborhood of Forest Hills. It was the neighborhood of Long Island City. The GPS address is 4325 43rd Street, Long Island City, New York, right off the corner of Queens Boulevard. Funny little story from my visit there is that I stood across the street and stepped back to get pictures from as far back as I could. I suddenly found myself walking into an alleyway. I looked at it and thought it would be an awesome location to use in a movie as a place where someone gets mugged and Spider-Man has to save them. Anyway, there are a lot more New York City locations seen in Spider-Man movies that I could show in another video if viewers leave requests in the comments below. But for today, I think I should stop here with just showing you the different houses. And of course, I'd like to hear any feedback from you viewers. Did you find this video to be interesting? Helpful? Do you know of more information I should have mentioned? Please leave it all in the comments below. And of course, if you enjoyed this video and you'd like to see more of my videos, then please feel free to hit that subscribe button. I would love to have you. Thank you.